Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I'm back with another video. Today we will be discussing NFL trades that have went down and they're pretty big. So let's get started. So all three trades had to do with the Los Angeles Rams in some form. So I'll break them down and give you all the details. So let's go. We're gonna start from minor to major, at least in my opinion. So yeah, like I said, let's get started with the trades. So the first trade, it was to help the Rams offensive line depth because the Rams offensive line is wishy-washy. They have their moments at times, but it's too inconsistent. So maybe to help their offensive line depth, or maybe starter depth move, whatever you want to label it as. So they traded a fifth-round pick in this year's draft, so the 2020 fifth-round pick to the Cleveland Browns for guard Austin Corbett. Now the Cleveland Browns drafted Austin Corbett in the fourth round last year, so the fourth round of the 2018 draft. Don't quote me on that. You guys can look it up if you want, but I'm like 95% sure it was the fourth round of the 2018 draft last year. It's his second year. It's his sophomore season. Offensive lineman, the Browns' offensive line hasn't really been doing good this year, other than Joel Bitonio, the really good guard. I haven't been doing good. Ever since Joe Thomas retired, their offensive line has been pretty bad, in my opinion. Like I said, the Browns are overrated. They're 2-4 right now. So yeah, just a minor, depth, maybe, probably a starter, in my opinion. I have to look at their offensive line and mismatches and everything. But yeah, probably, I would say like 45. Yeah, I would say like 90% sure it's a depth trade, not that big. And now this one's a lot bigger. Not the biggest one, but the second of the three. The Los Angeles Rams trade cornerback Marcus Peters to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for linebacker Kenny Young and a 2020 fifth-round pick in this year's draft. So first let's break down the Rams side of things. So the Rams, they got Marcus Peters from the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't remember the compensation off the top of my head, but they got Marcus Peters from the Kansas City Chiefs on in last year's offseason in like February or March, I want to say. And and that was a really good signing. Marcus Peters was really good on the Chiefs. He had some attitude and anger problems, but there was that one game I remember against the Jets. I remember this very well. He was playing against the Jets, and he threw when the rest threw the flag out for defensive pass interference, and Marcus Peters, he threw the flag all the way on the other side of the field into the stands, and so the rest had to throw their hat. One of the rest had to throw his hat out on the field, so Marcus Peters got suspended one game for that by the Chiefs. But and then they traded him to the Rams. The Chiefs made a lot of moves that year with 2 off seasons ago, because in January they traded Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes took over, and we all know how that panned out and turned out very, very good for them. Yeah, and then so the Los Angeles Rams got Marcus Peters. Him and Aqib Talib, they were at the time, I want to say Marcus Peters was like 25 years old. Right now, I think he's 26 years old, about to turn 27 soon. So yeah, he's 26 years old. About to turn 27. He's still young, but I was kind of worried because first they put, not for Marcus Peters, but first they put Aqib Talib on IR and then John Johnson, their safety, on IR. So I was like, where are they going to get secondary? And then especially when they traded Marcus Peters to the Baltimore Ravens, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to have like no secondary. I'll get to that in a minute. And then so the Baltimore Ravens defense is now scary. Their secondary is really good. A trio of Earl Thomas, Marlon Humphrey, and Marcus Peters, and then Jimmy Smith sprinkled in there, even though they might trade him. I think they should trade Jimmy Smith because of all those other guys. But and then Marlon Humphrey, Tony Jefferson, I know towards ACL is out for the rest of the 2019-20 season here. But that's going to be a really good defense. But the Rams get Kenny Young back. Still a young linebacker. He might start. I'm really not sure because they got Clay. He might start in Clay Matthews' place until Clay Matthews comes back in like 6 or 7 weeks because of his fractured foot. So Yeah, and he pulled some ligaments, I think. So, other than that, I don't think he would be starting. On the Ravens, he wasn't starting much, really. And this was a surprise move. I didn't really know about Kenny Young, the Mets, but then I looked him up, and he's still young. He's got decent production. I want to say he went to TCU. Yeah, he went to TCU, I think. I'm not really sure about that. I remember he went to TCU, I think. And then I didn't think the Rams would trade Marcus Peters. But again, like I said, they put Aqib Talib and John Johnson IR and traded away Marcus Peters. I was like, why did they trade away Marcus Peters? But then, this is the third trade of the day for the Rams. A huge trade. They got Jalen Ramsey from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars wanted 2 first-round picks, and they got it. But, so the Jaguars got a 2020 first-round pick for this year, a 2021 first-round pick, and a 2020 fourth-round pick. So they got a lot of draft picks. So the Jaguars will have 2 first-round picks, 1 of their own, and then 1 from the Jalen Ramsey trade in each of this next 2 years, 2020 and 2021 draft. And with the explosion of Gardner Minshew mania, but Nick Foles is coming back. That'll be interesting to see. I think they'll put in Nick Foles. They invested a lot of money in him. But that's a separate discussion for another day. But, yeah, and then the Rams got Jalen Ramsey. So I'm like, oh, okay. They probably, and a lot of other people thought this too. They traded Marcus Peters to free up cap room for Jalen Ramsey. And it'll be interesting to see if they'll sign him. I think they will sign Jalen Ramsey to a long-term extension before the season ends. They don't want to wait that long. But for the Jaguars, they're set in prime position because this year especially, it's usually defensive drafts. There's a handful of good defensive players in this year's 2020 draft. But this year, the draft is all about offense, especially the quarterbacks. Jake Fromm, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa. So yeah, Tua Tagovailoa might be overrated a little, but that's for a separate video. Oh, but yeah, and now this Rams secondary is gonna do okay. Now I know Aqib Talib and IR is on IR, so I think what you're gonna see is Josh Hill in the slot, and then Nickel Roby-Coleman, who didn't get called for that flag last year. He should have, but Josh Hill in the slot, Nickel Roby-Coleman, and so Josh Hill in the slot, Nickel Roby-Coleman on one side, and Jalen Ramsey on the other side. Other than Jalen Ramsey, I know they don't have much talent, but Nickel Roby-Coleman used to be on the Bills. So, yeah, he's really good. Anyways, tell me what you think. Not really good, but he's okay. Anyways, tell me what you guys think of these trades. The Rams had a real busy day. I'm getting excited. The trade deadline, Ian Rappaport joked on Twitter that I don't know if the teams got the memo. The trade deadline was Tuesday, October 29th, not Tuesday, October 15th, because the Rams were just wheeling and dealing all day long with getting Austin Corbett from the Browns, and then sending Marcus Peters to the Baltimore Ravens, and then getting Jalen Ramsey from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think of those trades. I'm expecting a lot more trades by the October 29th deadline. Anyways, guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. Bye.